PrivX, the next generation passwordless privileged access management solution that simplifies your access to critical systems and reduces your vulnerability to breaches. With PrivX, setting up privileged access for server administrators becomes easy. This video will show you how PrivX rides on ephemeral certificates to remove the need of login credentials and secure your access to privileged accounts at the same time. Let's log in as Tom, who is a new system engineer to the company. He has been assigned a PrivX user account, but that account does not contain any access rights. He has no connections to any hosts yet. He will now need to access a Linux server as root to perform his configuration tasks. In order to assign him the role, let's go to the other browser, which represents the super administrator in the organization. By clicking the Hosts tab, we can see the resources connected to PrivX. CentOS 7 is the Linux host Tom needs to access. And now we know the role Tom needs is under Linux admin role. Let's go to the Role tab and click Linux admin. Then click Edit to assign it to Tom. Tom has been successfully assigned with the role as a Linux admin. Let's go back to Tom's browser. After refreshing the page, we can see the new role has been added. The Connections tab is where users access their resources. We can see Linux root access has been granted to Tom. Connection to the host is being provisioned once he clicks on the link. Tom can now perform his task without touching the password of the target host. There is another way to configure access rights. Let's take Alice's account as an example. We now log in as Alice. Alice is just like Tom, assigned a PrivX account with no privileged access to any host. No connections established yet. To complete the task appointed to Alice, she will need access to a Windows server as an administrator through RDP. Okay, let's look into the target host settings under the super admin account like what we just did. Click Windows Server and we will see the administrator role is under Domain Admin. Then go to the Role tab. The role is now being assigned to the Active Directory user group. To modify the setting, we can click List Members. We can see Bob has the Domain Admin role. Let's log out of the super admin account and log in as Bob. He has the domain admin role, therefore he can access the Windows server as an administrator. We can add Alice to the user group through the Server Manager. Log in as the super admin again. Go to Settings and click Directories this time. By refreshing the directory, the configuration will be updated. When we review the membership of Domain Admin, we can see Alice has been added to the member list. Now, let's go back to Alice's browser and refresh it. We can see the Domain Admin role has been added to her account. She can now log in to the Windows server as an administrator through PrivX. As the authentication of the access rides on ephemeral certificates, Alice will not need to know the password to log in. Setting up connections to target servers through PrivX is simple. No changes need to be made to the target server, and no need to share the password with anybody.